In part 3 of section 1.3, parent functions. These are functions that hopefully you learned about in Algebra 1. However, if you haven't, we really just need them on a graphical basis right now, as we'll explore all of them in more depth throughout the year. This first picture, so a parent function is just, we can almost think of it geometrically right now as a shape that you should recognize. In this shape, the one thing I want to point out is that it goes through 1, 1 and negative 1, 1. It also goes through 2, 4 and negative 2, 4. And this particular shape is called a parabola. And the equation for this basic parent function parabola is f of x equals x squared. This is a very simple absolute value function. We'll talk about this in section 1.5. But for this particular one, these are both lines. This has a slope of negative 1. This has a slope of 1. So they go through 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 2, negative 3, 3, negative 4, 4. But we're just going to call it an absolute value function right now. It's not very apt, but we'll just go with it. And the equation is f of x equals absolute value of x. The next function is called a cubic function. It goes through 1, 1. It goes through, boy, you can't even see it here, 2, 8, as well as negative 1, 1, and negative 2, 8. And it's a function of the form f of x equals x cubed. This is referred to as a square root function. It goes through 1, 1, and it goes through 4, 2. So it's called a square root. And the equation is f of x equals square root of x. So this page, examples, takes the function y equals absolute value of x, or I want us to start getting used to f of x notation now. And it does some kind of translation. So it does this. It's this new function y does something. It takes y naught plus f of x minus x naught. So all of these are transformations that slide the function up, down, and or right, left. So you want to recognize the fact that these are absolute value functions. So the first thing you want to think about is, oh, my parent function looks like that little v that has its little crazy vertex right here at 0, 0. So this looks just like that, except it's been moved down 3. So what we've done to it is we've taken xy, and we've not changed the x value at all, but we've taken the y and we've subtracted 3. That means the equation of this function is really f of x equals negative 3 plus the absolute value of x. Let's try another one. Here, if you think about your parent function of being that little v shape right through 0, 0, We have not moved it up or down, but we've moved it to the left 4. So we've taken every xy point and we've moved it to x minus 4, y. As a function, that means this new function, we'll pick a letter, let's call it h of x. Now we haven't done anything to the y, so we're not adding y naught, but we're taking the absolute value, and x minus 4, everything that happens on the inside of the parentheses happens like the opposite, if you will. So it's going to be x plus 4. I don't have here we go. More tech trouble. So if we look at a couple of these instructions, for instance, let's do number 10 together. If we take an absolute value curve and we move it 3 units down and 5 units to the right, that means our new equation is going to look like this. Maybe we'll call it j of x. And 3 units down, let's see, that means negative 3 plus the absolute value, because that's our function, 5 units to the right, x minus 5. Oh, now they want us to recognize this shape. And this shape is an x cubed function. And they're saying, what happens, what's the transformation where it's f of x minus 5? Oh, it's inside the parentheses, so it happens to the x value. That means it's going to be 5 to the right or to the left. And it being our form is x minus x naught. That means it's 5 to the right. So they haven't quite asked it, but if they were going to ask us to write this as a function, we'd write it as nothing is happening to the y value, but inside the parentheses, it's going to be x minus 5 cubed. Here we have a parabola. I'm sure you're familiar with these. Here we've moved it from 2 and we've gone over 3 and up 1. So right 3, up 1. So we could rewrite that parabola, the one that's here, and we're going to call it h of x. And we can say it's up 1, so 1 plus x minus 3 squared. And now they're taking that parabola and saying, do this to it. Well, what this does is this says move it down 3. So to move this parabola and move it down 3, we're now going to be at, we'll just give it a number, letter k of x, and say negative 3 plus 1 plus x minus 3 squared. The new function they want us to write is going to be negative 2 plus x minus 3 squared. So that means we're going to take this parabola and we're going to move it down 3, 1, 2, 3, and instead it's going to be there. I should have drawn this one, moving it to the right 5. It's going to be here. Let's do one of these together. Let's do this one. We haven't drawn a square root function yet. So this is a square root function. Oh, we can write it this way, or we could write it this way. Arithmetic is commutative. But what this does is this says take every x value, plus 2, but it's inside the parentheses, it's sort of the opposite. That says take them and move all the x values left, and take the y values and move them down 1. So that means I'm going to take my basic shape, and my basic shape looks like this. 1, 1, 4, 2. So if we go point by point, I'm going to take the 0, 0, and I'm going to move it left 2 and down 1. I'm going to take my point 1, 1, and I'm going to move it left 2 and down 1. I'm going to take that last point that we know, 4, 2, and move it left 2 and down 1. These axes are not the greatest, but my curve's going to look like that.